Right now we're at Box and Burn in Santa Monica, my main gym with Tony Jeffries.
But who filmed this? This is actually filmed pretty well. Who filmed this? There's got the credits in the description. I guess not, right? I wonder who filmed this. Who actually filmed this? Not Chin, of course.
It's about 9:30 a.m. on this gloomy Los Angeles morning. Listen, I'll put in 10 rounds on the mitts, 10 5-minute rounds.
Look, Koila, might as well open kebab shop early if you're making coffee. No, I'm a weirdo. I drink coffee all day, all hours of the day. You know, all hours of the day, any hour, any day, anytime, anywhere. I drink coffee like I drink tea. Probably not the best thing to do, but I drink coffee like I drink tea.
30 seconds rest, a lot of game plan, a lot of Tony trying to beat me up. He happens to be pretty good at boxing, Olympic medalist, so should be fun.
Movement there, mate. Keep movement there.
Little bit of the Ronda Rousey there, isn't it? In the shadow boxing, no? Little bit Ronda Rousey-ish, isn't it? Little bit Ronda Rousey-ish, isn't it? No? Or is that good? Is that good? Looks a little bit Ronda Rousey-ish with the fucking shadow boxing. Little bit Ronda. Little bit Ronda coded.
I just do what I do. See me? I just do what I do. I just do what I do. You see me? I just do what I do. I just do what I do. I don't know about you. I just do what I do. Feel me? I just do what I do. I don't know about you. I just do what I do. Check. Let me flip this script. I feel privileged for all who can witness this. I am close to divine. Know the moment is mine. Need a omen or
all this striking, he didn't really do much of this in the UFC. I don't feel like, no. All this boxing, I didn't really feel like am I bugging out? I don't remember him throwing that many punches. Am I bugging? Huh? Or maybe because I was just so clip. I feel like I didn't see him throwing as many punches as he's doing in actual training. You know. Production wise, right? Production wise, this is better than anything Brendan puts out now. That's a funny thing. Production wise, this is better than anything that Brendan puts out actually right now. This was filmed like what, 11 years ago? 11 years ago. And this is better than anything that Brendan puts out now. Whether it's with Chin doing it, anybody else, this is better than anything they put out right now.
That God gave me. I just do what I do. You see me? I just do what I do. I just do what I do. I don't know about you. I just do what I do. Check. I just do what I do.
Oscar, you're moving like that. I know what you're thinking. What am I doing driving a Prius? This is the camp car. The Toyota.
I know what you're thinking. What's wrong with the Prius? Why am I what's wrong with it? Like, I know what you're thinking. Like, what are you meant to be driving? You're a UFC fighter. You're not that famous either. Like, why would you be driving anything different? This maybe is a sign of like what we see nowadays, isn't it? Of always wanting to appear a certain way. It's like, why should you be like, if you're an up and coming UFC fighter and you're just getting your, you're just getting your feet under the table, you're working yourself up the rankings and stuff. Like, why shouldn't you be driving a Prius? Why should you be driving a fucking Lambo or a Ferrari? Makes no sense. Of course you're driving a Prius. Build up slowly. But he wanted to be out here in fucking Bentleys and Rolls Royces straight away. Like, build up. You can get there. Not like, I'm not the biggest fan of like the shiny things and the brand names that Brendan obviously loves. But if that's what brings you joy, cool, do it. But surely you should do it in like incremental steps. As you're getting better, as you're achieving more, as you're becoming more successful, winning more fights and stuff, that's when you start to like, you know what I mean? Then your cars kind of look like a direct sort of like, I feel like representation of where you're at in your career. Whereas with Brendan, I feel like his car collection has never really accurately demonstrated where he's actually at, you know? Like even the Ferrari, like the Ferrari came a little bit too late, really. Like that green Ferrari, he should have probably bought it like couple of years before he actually bought it. That would have made more sense when TFATK was actually popular. But he kind of bought the Ferrari at a time where he may or may not have got fired from Showtime, and maybe as a way to kind of prove to the trolls and the haters that he wasn't down bad. He bought the Ferrari to prove that he's still successful. Why? Like, why? Just drive the Prius and keep it moving, bro. Not that big of a deal.
The Prius is the camp car. And the thing that really pushed me over to get this thing is I saw Leonardo DiCaprio.
By the way, what does that mean? It's a camp car. What does that mean anyway? Does that mean what? It's a car for the fight camp only. So you bought a car specifically for fight camp, huh?
Drive one, so I figured I would spend about $350 on gas a week driving my M6. Still got the M6, however, in camp.
Had to remind us, still got the BMW M6, by the way. In case you were wondering, I still got a very expensive car. Don't worry about that. My car's still fucking expensive. That really good one is still fucking there.
You can catch me in this Prius. This thing's so slow, it's dangerous. Straight up. This thing's so dangerous on the 10, the 405. It's a little, it's like a go-kart, but electric. Right now, we're in between workouts. So I'm in Beverly Hills, this cryotherapy place. And I'll go into this chamber here. How cold does it get? Minus 240 degrees. For about 3 minutes I'm in there. And I'm just in my undies and these long socks. And then I'll cover up my ears and hands. I heard about this place from Rogan and Eddie Bravo, by the way.
Did you say he knew about this stuff before Rogan? Wasn't there a clip going around where Brennan was saying he knew about this sort of stuff before Rogan did? Interesting.
They're crazier than I am.
You're 45.
Ooh, I'm freezing. So you want to be a fighter, huh? I just tried to channel my inner Katy Perry. That was the music they had playing. I just try and take it minute by minute. I break it down minute by minute like I do in the rounds. So I don't look at the overall 3-minute timer. I break it down to 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minutes. Same thing I do with rounds. To get 1 minute by 1 minute, because if you look at the big picture, it's overwhelming. Like if you let a UFC fight, if you really think about a UFC fight and how big the moment is, it'll take you over. And I've had that happen in fights before. Not a long time. When I was a wild young buck fighting in Brazil, I let the moment get to me. So you gotta take it step by step, round by round, minute by minute. That's what I do in here. It's so cold. What did she say? Minus 240 or something like that? We are back at Box and Burn. Did she say minus 240 or something like that?
So what do you think happened, by the way? Because I'm watching this clip, right? And he comes across pretty well, isn't it? Comes across like you want to root for him. Like you want him to win. You want him to be successful. So what happened? Was he always the douchebag that we know now? Where people are openly hoping that he fucking fails and loses everything and goes broke and doesn't deserve this, and they call him out for all his mistakes and laugh at everything he does badly, and there's a whole Reddit dedicated to fucking bringing him down and channels that fucking revel in his demise. Was he always that person deep down, or did the money and the fame and the connection to Rogan kind of ruin him? What happened? Because he comes across like, imagine if you watch it for the first time. Imagine if 11 years ago you stumbled across this for the first time. You would be rooting for him, head of the UFC fight card. You'd be like, okay, hope this guy wins. I can't wait to see the next vlog when he does win and how he feels about the performance, or if he loses, I'm eager to see how his opinion is and what he did wrong, how he can improve himself. You actually want to root for him in this particular vlog. What happened? Why is he such a dick now? Why is he such a fucking, irredeemable douchebag? Like, what happened? What the fuck happened? Or was he always this guy? That's what I want to know. Was he always this guy, or what happened? Let me quickly get my coffee. One sec. I didn't watch the fucking mug. Back. Apologies. Had to use a different. Oh shit! I got the front of the honey on the side. Bear with me. Had to use a different mug today because the other one I didn't fucking wash it, did I? Like an idiot. Big up Sports Direct. Big up the big Sports Direct mug. Big up if you know, you know. Big up the Sports Direct. Big up Sports Direct. If you know, you fucking know. What are you guys saying? Stream chat about my question there. Back when you were somewhat likable, Zaki Josie. Big up Casual. Big up Casual.
Do you have a gun?
Big up AZ, big up chat. Saluting face emoji. AZ, did you see the Bappa question about the Gallo 12 or Gallo 24?
Yeah. At the beginning.
Hilarious. Smiley face emoji.
Yeah. Scroll back, brother. In the beginning. First, probably 20 minutes, I think. Scroll back. Maybe first 20 minutes, yeah. First 20 minutes. Scroll back. First, maybe about maybe scroll back to like 108, 109. Scroll back to 1 hour 09. You'll see that there, bro. We spoke about it right at the beginning. Big up Casual, big up Casual. He was always a punchable face. Yeah, but personality-wise, what do you think? Oliso. Let me know in the stream chat. What do you think? I know the face is still punchable, fair. But personality-wise, doesn't he come across better here than he does now? Wouldn't you want to root for him back then? Let me know. Eduardo Madeira. He's doing it for the cameras. Okay. So this is fake. Big up Casey Shuffle. He was able to pronounce 3 syllables words back then. I honestly feel like he's always been an asshole. This was just pretend. So he was put on an act to be like a cool, chill guy back then. Okay. Before the Conor era, before being the bad guy was cool. That's a good point. Maybe Conor McGregor kind of influenced him. That's a good point, actually. That douchebag era, isn't it? Because people say the same thing about Trump, innit? Say like Trump, essentially, I think, was it Rogan quote or somebody? Like Trump gave really arrogant people or douchebags like a permission to be douchebags, right? Like unapologetically douchebaggy behavior was somewhat rewarded or lauded. We got Casual, I'll go back and check it in the vintage. Yeah, vintage, Papa. Yeah. Really vintage, Papa.
We are back at Box of
Raw, rare Brendan with a black friend. Rare moment where Brendan's with a black friend.
Condition with the one and only Andre the Beast.
By the way, did he forget his name? So that same thing he does nowadays, he still does it. He did it back then. He forgot. He didn't know. He didn't remember his name, did he?
One and only Andre the Beast Woodard.
By the way, still surprises me why he insists on being called white. Right? Still shocks me to this day why he insists on being called white. Like he's the most racially ambiguous white person I've ever seen in my life. There's nothing overtly Caucasian about him. Most guys that look like Brendan, who are white but look the way Brendan would actually embrace the fact that they look kind of racially ambiguous. You know what I mean? They kind of lean into it. Brendan's like, no. I'm not leaning, but he's usually people that look like Brendan who want to be white will do one of two things. No, we'll do one thing. They'll just bleach their skin, right? So that no one ever mistakes them for being Caucasian or for being fucking mixed or an immigrant or something. But in Brendan's case, he looks the way that he does, but he still wants to insist that you refer to him as white. Interesting.
He makes me work, man. There's not too many workouts I get nervous for, except for this one.
Yo, big up, what's that? Big up Jordan. I didn't know AZ was tapped in with backup. No, people forget. I was actually a fan of TFATK from the beginning. That's when people actually, that's why I don't think I'm as harsh or I can go in as much as others can go in. Because I was actually a fan of TFATK at the start. I was actually a real bona fide, member of the TFATK army. Like, you know? if I could find my actual, cause I don't have it, because I've got a new Reddit account now, like a fairly new one. But if I could find my actual OG Reddit account, I could go back and look at some of my comments and posts. I used to be one of those people back in the day. I used to be those people back in the Reddit. They used to be like, "Oh, how come you guys are talking so bad about Brendan? I don't see it. He's a good guy." I mean, from time to time, like every couple of weeks, there'll be someone on Reddit that would join, that'll be green. They'll be like, "Oh, I don't get why you're being mean. He's a badass. You're just jealous. You don't have this." You know what I mean? I'll be one of those type of guys. So I was on there. I was very early, but then obviously over time, I kind of saw how much of a douchebag he was. And if I'm honest, if I can remember correctly, I think the moment I started to turn was when he shared that story about throwing that guy through the fucking glass window or the glass door. I think that's when I turned. I was like, hold on, why are you talking about this? This is funny. And I think the following week, when the guy sent the letter in, basically calling Brendan out for the story, and then Brendan was acting like the guy was like, I don't know, saying the worst thing possible and really like, being a douchebag about the whole point, and you can't talk to me, you can't tell me anything. I think I remember listening to that, watching that, and seeing his attitude and be like, ugh. I don't want to be rooting for this guy anymore. He's got a bullshit attitude. So yeah, I was actually a fan. Unfortunately so. I remember I really wanted the fucking, is it McKinley? McKinley Fight Club t-shirt. I really wanted the McKinley Fight Club t-shirt early on. I was actually a fan. I remember I was actually a fucking fan. Early on.
Left, right, come back towards me, forward, left, right, defense.
Again, decent film vlog, man. Better than anything Chin has ever done. Better than anything Chin's ever fucking done. I'm not gonna lie about that. Better than anything Chin's ever done. Another one, USC vlog, Blueprint of a Champion vlog number 2. Blueprint of a Champion is fucking hilarious, by the way. Never got close to being a champion. Blueprint of a Champion is a hilarious thing to say. Marina Del Rey, California.
What's up, guys? Good morning. So here's a little insight.
It's funny, isn't it? How his entire like, I love how he wears his personalities, right? LA, right? Very LA kind of looking as well. The whole LA vibe. Now he's in Texas, he's got the hats on and all the fucking Texas flag merch and keep Austin weird shit. It's just hilarious, isn't it? Like, I don't know. This is maybe it's just an American thing, but I don't know. If I move to Manchester, if I move to Leeds, if I move to fucking Birmingham, if I move to fucking Wales, if I move to fucking Devon, I'm not gonna suddenly start wearing the t-shirts or merch with the name. You know what I mean? It's not that deep. I don't really get all this stuff. I really don't. LA, cause I'm in LA, cause I'm an LA guy. Like Venice Beach. Yeah.
Everything I do is something I do every single day. Juicing, vegetables, of course. Everything's organic.
Yeah, big up 101 Krieger. I'm ashamed to say I was a fan of him in UFC as well at the time. That's what he meant, Big Brown. Big up Eduardo Madeira. You see, he's always been an a-hole. Good point, Eduardo. Good point, Eduardo Madeira. Good fucking point. Because that was the early on story. That was a story about him in college. That's a really good point, Eduardo Madeira. That's a story about him in college that he told later on. So yeah. Big up Casual. That Glassdoor story was made Papa look awful. A type of way, blah, blah, blah. Make me think a type of way about him, Callum too. The story alone was a turning point for many. Wild how that works, 100%.
This is called Schaub Works. That's what I call my kitchen, where I grind my own beans, make my own organic juice. Same thing every day.
What's that? Schaub? What's that? It's called Schaub. Is this another company they had? Another what? Schaub Works. What?
Here's a little insight. Everything I do is something I do every single day. Juicing, vegetables, of course. Everything's organic. This is called Schaub Works. That's what I call my kitchen, where I grind my own beans, make my own organic juice. Same thing every day. This is my day off.
Big up Stannis. That's the LA Dodgers logo. Okay, big up. Okay, cool. My bad. So it's not an LA like being from LA merch. Okay, I guess so. Big up Stannis. Appreciate you.
So you're gonna see inside my morning routine. You're gonna see the fighter and the kid at Fox Studios with Brian Callen. we'll grab a quick lunch like we always do after every episode.
Always.
Kenny. And then I have some business to handle at the Ave off Windward Circle in Venice Beach here, where you'll see me break down my official walkout uniform for UFC 174. And then, like I always do every day, I end my days with jump in the ocean for recovery. So, should be fun.
3, 2.
Raw, man. They used to be sponsored by Fox Sports, man. You remember that? They used to be sponsored by Fox Sports. They used to be sponsored by Fox Sports, bro. Crazy, innit? It's like being sponsored by ESPN. It's like having your podcast sponsored by ESPN. They must have made so much money back in the days. They used to make so much fucking money back in the day. All fucking gone, of course. All fucking pissed up the wall. All fucking pissed up the wall. But that's a massive, forget the money actually, that's a massive industry fucking connection. Industry connection to get you really good guests. Like, the fact that this didn't really come to much, didn't really result in much, kind of shows you how they were kind of seen behind the scenes, you know? The fact that nothing really much materialized from this, Brendan doesn't really have much connection with, you know, Fox in general or with ESPN. Like, it's kind of goes to show, but Jesus, there's so many fucking golden opportunities.
Warming up. Andre Arlovsky is warming up. He's getting ready for his UFC debut in a long, long, long time.
Is this what do you reckon of that humor now? It's not aged well, has it? That humor of like making up a song and stuff, like a little jingle. That used to be a big part of TFATK. A big part of TFATK was like the fucking fake song thing. It's not really aged well, and that type of sense of humor has not aged well whatsoever. Because it's like, Brian, shut the fuck up.
But this is the thing. If you're under 35 and you're a hot girl, are you going on Tinder? Moving on, that's easy. Let's knock these out for Sasso gets in and just takes over.
Also, what kind of point is that, by the way? Why wouldn't you go on Tinder if you're under 35? Ain't that the time to go on Tinder? Huh?
Oh, hey, Will.
There he is. We'll save it for later.
Sasso's here. Hey, Will, come on in.
Come on in, big
You're
Will.
doing something and you're very fucking disorganized.
No, man. What do you mean?
Because all these people are doing stuff. How's it going?
Hey, Will.
Raw, look at Will Sasso looking fucking trim in it. Look at Will Sasso looking fucking trim and tight. Look at how Will Sasso looks trim and tight. And again, remember how often he used to guest on the show as well? Remember how often he would be guesting on the show, coming on, all-star fucking guest, great fucking random appearances and stuff. Crazy how it's fallen off, man. Some of the Will Sasso episodes were one of the best ones ever. Some of the Will Sasso episodes were one of the best ever, and mostly because of Will Sasso, not because of Brian, or especially not because of Brendan.
You don't know how to tell people how to show up and when and where and how.
No, did somebody meet you downstairs?
No, of course not, because it's Brian dealing with it.
Listen, I could care less whether they're gay, whatever they do. I do not care. However, these guys, they saw Big Brown. They were looking, they were liking, and they wanted to
saw
be known.
You're cute.
And I was like, right away I was like, dang, I'm super uncomfortable right now. I scurried along into the store. Man, anyone who knows Michael Jordan knows, man, he's made a lot of mistakes. It just hasn't been out there to the world. Yeah. Firing the kid.
The fighter and the kid.
Hey,
you've been listening to the man, the fighter and the kid.
No.
It's the outro song.
Yeah,
It's a show that we love because of the man. And the fighter is cool, but we don't need the third guy.
Hey!
The fighter is cool, but we don't need the third guy. Man, the fighter and the kid.
That's not a good song.
It's a great song.
That's a legit song.
All right, guys, I'm going to go eat, and then I'm going to go box.
Firing
No one
kid,
cares.
we're out.
So we are here on Abbott Kinney. This is a tradition.
He sorts the fucking G-Shock. But no, he looks actually better with a G-Shock on than he does with the fucking AP and all this sort of other watches that don't really match his not income, but you know, it's like, why do you have an AP on? You know what I mean? Why do you have an AP? Your podcast gets 30,000 views, like that. Mostly are botted. Why do you have an AP? Really? Why do you have a fucking AP? It makes no sense. But yeah, back when Brian had a bit more hair on his head as well, by the way. Back when Brian had a bit more hair on his head, still looking rapey, by the way. Still allegedly looking very, very rapey in the eyes.
When we're done with our podcast, we always come and eat at either Creation or one of the great restaurants on Abbot-Kinney. And if you scan the restaurant, which you might not be able to do, you won't find one unattractive person. It is unbelievable. It's hard.
Yeah, I mean, if Callan or I owe you money and you're looking for us, it's probably your best place to start is off Abbot-Kinney.
Yeah.
We're the official founders of Abbot-Kinney Fight Club.
Spending way too much money on food and coffee.
So Big Brown is when I don't have a fight coming up. When I'm all goofy, mess around, love to do interviews, love being around people.
This is when they were actually friends, isn't it? This is when they were actually fucking friends. This is when they were actually fucking friends. That's crazy, right? You can actually tell there's way more love. There's way more closeness. Look, their literal arms are touching. Like skin to skin. Look at that. Their actual arms are touching. You can actually tell. Now look how far apart they are now. Now they're separated by a table. Brendan's leaning more towards Nick and looking at him lovingly. But back then, look, they were actually skin to skin, forearm to forearm touching and not even caring. That's how close they were. Real brothers. Real brothers working together, trying to make their dreams happen. You know, equally invested, respectful of each other. But as soon as the money came in, Brendan's ego, wow. It's like, I remember being a fan, we're listening to it. I noticed as soon as they started to get more successful, Brendan started to act more like Brian's boss. That's when the show went off as well. Brendan started to act way more like Brian's boss. He immediately started to change the way he kind of spoke to him. Especially when his comedy took off too. Because I think it happened quite soon after. As soon as the podcast became successful, Brendan started to do stand-up. And then stand-up took off. He started to sell out all the places that Brian couldn't sell out. Brendan was selling them out. Tried to flex on him. It was a bit of a bit. Then it turned into, I think it was more real than a bit. And it kind of continued on. Kind of wild how it played out, man. Kind of wild. We got the stream chat. Work out, play video games at night. He definitely would. Winkster and Brendan cannot even look at each other. Exactly. When they do the daggers, exactly. This is pure love on display here.
The hybrid doesn't like this stuff. I just want to fight. I just want to be left alone. Yes, real serious. What's up, guys? We're in the heart of Venice, off Windward Circle. Right now, we're about to see my boy Nick at the Ave. This is where all the fighterandthekidshop.com. This is where it's based out of. I keep it local, Los Angeles. So all my gear.
I keep it local, Los Angeles. Now look him, Austin, Texas guy. Texas is my home. I've always loved Texas. Fuck LA. Funny, innit? His whole personality, his whole identity was being from LA. I think at one point he used to actually even act like he was kind of brought up in LA. Or because I used to visit my uncle. He wasn't really his uncle, basically, but it was basically his friend's dad. But yeah, he used to kind of like make it, he wanted to kind of rewrite his story and not say he's from Boulder, Colorado, but he's actually brought up in LA. Now all of a sudden he's a fucking Austin, Texas guy. Just a weird dude. So lacking in identity.
All that stuff.
Identity.
See, this is where it comes from. And for me, it's cool because he also takes care of my walkouts. So next Saturday, when you see me walking out to fight Andre Arlovsky, the warm-ups. I'm here today just to go over the warm-ups. A lot of fighters have their managers deal with it, or they just show up and everything's ready. I'm a bit of a control freak. I like to have my hands on it. I like to make sure it's exactly how I want it. And Nick and I see eye to eye. And he deals with all the shipping to all you guys out there. So big thanks to everyone who ordered the Team Shop training camp shirts. And let's go see how it goes down.
Okay, so we got the back.
You got the back, and then
we got full cross shoulders as big as possible.
And then there's 4 suits, me and then my 3 cornermen.
Right, so every suit gets the same thing.
Exact same, yeah.
Okay.
And then we have one sponsor logo we'll have to put on it.
Hey Eric. Yeah. We have a stack of the Brendan Schaub shirts getting ready to ship out, right?
Yeah, we do.
Where are they at? Are they over here?
Yeah.
The merch era. That was a good era too, right? The merch era. The business mogul merch era. So much merch, so much stuff. I wonder where all this stuff is now. Where's all this stuff now? Is it strangling a turtle somewhere? Is it in a landfill somewhere, fucking polluting the air? Where is some of this merch? He pumped out so much fucking merch over the years. Made him a lot of money, but so much of it must have been, you know, not so unsold. So I wonder where all that shit is.
Canada, England.
Damn.
Florida, Washington, Texas, Washington, Huntington Beach. Yeah, dude. People in the world.
People around
they
the
bought
world.
that. They're
Big
waiting
Brown
for it.
International,
Yeah,
dog.
they're
Thanks,
waiting.
man. I appreciate
They need it in time for the fight.
Right? Well, thanks for joining me on my day off. I think it's time for you guys to leave me. I'm gonna go cool down.
What's that? Team Schaub. Is that his logo? Fucking no, awful, isn't it? Team Schaub the hybrid. Awful logo, by the way. None of it makes any sense. Awful fuck. What the fuck is that logo? What the fuck is that logo? Why is it green? Why that font? What's that fucking shield? Or that, like, what the fuck is that? Horrendous. That logo is so bad. That crest is so fucking bad. Don't know what the fuck is going on there. Don't know what the fuck is going on there. But yeah. Last one, and then we move back to the clips. Last one, I want limited. The last one saying UFC vlog, 174 Schaub days. By the way, what card was that? UFC 174. Which one was that? Oh, you fought on that card, really? Okay, I didn't know that. You fought on the card of Demetrius Johnson. Nice. You fought on the card Demetrius Johnson's title fight. What happened in that fight? Oh, he lost to Orlovsky. Okay, he lost to Andre Orlovsky in that particular fight. Oversent Peru is there as well. Ryan Bader, Roy McDonald, Tyrone Woodley. Okay, it's a decent fight card, isn't it? It's a decent fight card for him to be on. Jesus Christ. Continue. Last one. Lake Forest,
What's up,
California.
Guys? Last official day of training camp for UFC 174. You're gonna see me getting some grappling rounds today. We call them MMA rounds. It's lighter striking, more focused on grappling, submission, jiu-jitsu, and then we'll end camp on the Malibu Hills with some pretty gnarly conditioning.
Definitely CTE in it, man. He sounds way more clear, right? He sounds way clearer here than ever before. So definitely CTE, bro, because fucking hell, the marble mouth, even though he's been, you know, out of the sport for a long time, the marble mouth and the fucked upness of his speech is just crazy. He sounds way clearer now, at this particular time anyway. Not gonna lie, I don't know who this guy that's grappling him, but he says he could beat a lot of people now. I don't know. I think he'd get fucking dog walked. I don't know who this guy is. Who's training with? His training partner. But the way that I know they're grappling and is training and is sparring, but the way that he's, you know, easily taking Brendan down and up and like doing what he pleads with Brendan, I think is a bad sign. That if he was to try and get back into UFC now, it would be a bad idea. I think he said he would try and fight somebody or do it for money. I think he'd be generally surprised with how bad he would do against the current crop of fighters. I'm not gonna lie, or even anyone that's still training from back in that day, you know. Yeah, it's a good submission there. That was good. That was good. He caught him there. Wow, that was really good. I like that. Oh, that was good. That was really good. That was good. That question about kicking that was really good, by the way. The submission was good. Maybe he was just one of those type of guys that was better in training camp than he was in actual fights. This question mark kick was good. I thought this question mark kick was good, no? What do you guys reckon? This question mark kick was good. That was a good question mark kick, no? It left it a bit open there, but decent enough. Decent question mark kick there. Disguised it pretty. Disguised it pretty well. No, not much disguise on it. Decent question mark kick or no? Israel Adesanya, eat your heart out, mate. Israel Adesanya, eat your fucking heart out. Israel Adesanya, eat your heart out. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Big up Asad Aziz. Welcome to the big black breakdown. It's fucking crazy. Big black breakdown is fucking crazy work. But big up Asad Aziz. big black breakdown is so fucking offensive. It's unreal how offensive that is, honestly. It's unreal. It's unreal how offensive that is. Oh.
Tag Randy, yeah.
Oh, he got caught with that another fight, didn't he? He got caught with a spinning back fist the other fight, didn't he? No, he tried to spinning back fist that guy. He got caught that other time. No, that one fight where he went for sorry, he did a spinning back fist to that one guy. He thought he was down. He rushed in and he got caught in it. Yeah, I think that the spinning back fist was always like a precursor for something going bad for him. Yeah.
It's looking good, man. His transitions are great. His striking is looking crisp. So he's ready, man. I'm excited for him.
Well, I have stuff with you guys.
What's that?
We have to do stuff, right?
Yeah, like pretty quick. Right, is right now good for you, or? Yeah. Okay, cool.
I'll just, I'll make my protein shake. You got kind of
Businessman, huh? Businessman, entrepreneur, media mogul.
Easy 3 rounds out.
So Tiffany Williams from Ohio wants to know what are your hobbies besides training?
Hobbies besides training, man, I'm pretty chill.
Nothing going on up there, mate. Nothing else going on up there. There are no hobbies. There's nothing really going on up in there. Even to this day, there's nothing really going on up in there. Nothing really going on.
I go to the ocean every day, surf. I love to surf. Not very good. I'd say I'm a 2-stripe white belt surfer. Is Joe Flacco elite? No, we got NFL questions.
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah, exactly. No cars, by the way. Nothing about cars. Maybe he's really into cars. Nothing about that. Nothing about watching football. Nothing about that. Nothing about stand-up comedy yet, right? Nothing about watching SNL. Nothing. Just surfing guy.
I don't know.
Joe Flacco?
By the way, I'd love to see him surf. I'd love to see Brendan trying to surf. I'd love to see Brendan, uncoordinated, big-ass self, trying to fucking surf. I'd love to see that.
I would say so. He won a Super Bowl. That'd make him an elite quarterback. He gets paid like an elite quarterback, doesn't he?
So Christian Navarro wants to know, you're one of the most successful fighters to come out of Tough. Can you ever see yourself coaching a season in the future?
Heck yeah. They need ratings too.
Yeah.
They need to spice that thing up. Tough.
You're one of the most successful fighters to come out of Tough. Successful. Stretch, innit? Can you see yourself coaching? Imagine Brendan thinking like, hasn't won a belt, hasn't really had many notable fights in general, but thinks he's of a level where he should be coaching Tough. Crazy. But maybe that's what we all need. We all need that kind of ego, you know? We all need that kind of head We all kind of need to think that we're bigger than what we actually are. Maybe that's what maybe not we. That's what maybe I'm missing out on. Maybe I need more of that.
Yeah, heck yeah. Listen, Tough was my golden ticket to the chocolate factory. So whatever they asked me to do, I'd be more than honored to coach Tough. I think it would be fun, and I think it'd be good. They need to switch things up. They want ratings. I think if they put me and whoever else on there, it'd be fun. What's up, guys? I'm Brendan Schaub, aka
They want ratings? What the fuck is he talking about?
Big Brown, aka The Hybrid, here with Boni Asai. Make sure you tune in UFC 174 versus Andre Arlovski. It's gonna be great.
Santa Monica, California.
Oh no, some package just got to the gym. Someone sent this package up. It could be. I have no idea. I have no idea what to expect. Could be like a dead shark in there where I open it up and this thing fucking jumps out. Definitely a painting of some sort. Oh snap! Another painting then. Nice. It's kind of like graffiti.
he don't like that one, innit? He didn't like it. I don't think he liked it.
What is it? Frontline? Frontline Customs, handcrafted. Staten Island, New York. Booyah. Them apples. It's pretty legit. That's dope, right? The hybrid green.
Okay, that's what. Okay, that was his thing then. The hybrid was green. Don't know why, but I guess the hybrid that was his thing, the green color. So yeah, that's a picture. But I don't think he has that anymore. I don't think he puts that in his wall. Terrible piece of art, by the way. It's fucking awful in my personal opinion. But yeah, what do I know? But I'm not a big fan of stencil art anyway. I'm not gonna lie. I hate fucking stencil art. Unless you're Banksy, fucking hate it.
Legit pick.
Malibu, oof, fucking hell, beautiful, isn't it? Malibu, California, fucking hell, fucking gorgeous. I see why people live in LA and don't leave LA. To swap this for Texas is a choice, isn't it? To swap something like this for Texas is a decision, and mostly what, because of politics and whatever else it may be. That's fucking gorgeous. Wow, wow, wow. That is truly gorgeous. Look at that, absolutely gorgeous.
My last official strenuous workout. Next time you guys see me, I'll be inside the octagon, UFC 174 against Andre Arlovski. So the fight's won now. The fight's won hours and days before you step in there. So this is me making sure we win this thing. Dolphins, good luck, dog.
That's that technique that pulled the hamstring, isn't it? That's that running technique that pulled the fucking hamstring. That's that fucking running technique that pulled the fucking hamstring. Look at that running technique. Hey, love it.
Well, that's a wrap.
Obviously, this is him younger, by the way. Obviously, it's him really young. Obviously, he's like, what, 20 years younger or something, or 10 years younger. But, he does look considerably better. Although he's probably in the same shape he is now because of Ozempic and shit, he does look way better this way. Training properly, eating healthily, or eating healthy foods and whatever, the green shakes, the fucking, you know what I mean? He was on a really good so you could tell he looks way better now than he does on Ozempic or whatever he's on now. whatever GLP-1 is on. So it's kind of proof that, you know, although he looks the same in terms of like shape and figure, he probably looks better, I think, here when he was actually training for real.
For training camp for UFC 174, there's no better way to recover than that ice cold ocean. And one of those waves whipped my ass. So hopefully that's the only ass whipping I take in the next week here. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys. Stay tuned. UFC 174 pay-per-view. Andre Arlovsky, Vancouver. Make sure you get it. Peace.
But yeah, crazy, isn't it? Crazy, crazy, crazy. So like I said, I think going back to the whole thing, I think if he was smart, he would probably name his channel Brendan Schaub instead of, or rename it Brendan Schaub. Rename it Brendan Schaub instead of going for the big brown breakdown thick boy shit or the whatever else in there, because it makes no sense. Because right now everybody knows the channel as thick boy anyway, so you might as well just keep that, right? You might as well just keep that. Might as well keep the thick boy thing. There's no point changing it. Just keep the fucking thick boy thing. But renaming the show Big Brown Breakdown is dumb because he doesn't break down fights. No one calls him Big Brown. The Schaub show name is lame too. It's unimaginative and just whatever. The below the belt name also doesn't make much sense because he doesn't really say anything outlandish or crazy. So either you just keep it Thick Boy and Schaub Show, or you rename the channel Brendan Schaub and do it that way. But still, it's not going to be the great for SEO. It's not going to be really the greatest for SEO. It won't be the greatest for SEO. But hey, maybe he doesn't care. Maybe he doesn't care about SEO.